can't stop me now. Oh, can't stop me now.
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing great. Can't
Well,
complain.
good deal, man. So you were just at the Phil Heath Classic. I seen they were posting you like crazy. They were showing off your physique. And what was it like to win at the Phil Heath Classic?
Man, it was just a humbling experience. You know, I mean, to have those type of expectations and like like when I first started, of course, like you want to do your best, but I didn't think I was gonna do as well. And then you know, uh, just to do it, it was just so humbling, man, and it just felt good, at the same time. But it just made me want to work a lot harder now, because it felt great.
Right. Yes.
Mhm.
And you're from Killeen, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
So were you in the army? Because I was stationed out in Fort Hood, and I just got out 2 years ago.
Yes, sir. I was in the army for 15 years. Man, like I love what I done. I served in OIF, OEF. Uh, man, had some great times.
Man, that's awesome. So what was your military career like?
Military career was great. It was just like when I joined in 2003, and
Okay.
of course it was right in the time of war. So as soon like my first duty station, where we was told in basic training that we were gonna most likely be like deploying within our first year.
Right.
Like when you heard that in basic training, it kind of like went through one year after the other. But sure enough, as soon as I got to my first duty station, I was told that we was on orders and
Yeah.
my unit was already at JRTC, and I was to report there. Don't have my family come go there, and man, that was then, and then shoot, by August, I was in my first deployment, August 2004, um, and we was in Mosul, Iraq.
Oh man, that
Yep.
was pretty rough, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it- like like in some kind of odd way, like as much as we went through, it's kind of like when you look back, sometimes like kind of miss it because it's just the brotherhood.
Right.
Everybody was just sitting so close. That's something that you don't get no
Yeah.
more.
And that's
You know.
something that I really love about bodybuilding is it also has that camaraderie, just like the
Yeah.
military does. And
Exactly.
I'm all about the camaraderie, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So so you're also a barber, also,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So I seen on your Instagram, it says Hollywood Fades Fitness,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's pretty cool. So tell us how that came about. How did you become a barber and then decide to go bodybuilding?
Well, it's kind of like it's like a special time in my life right now that I'm actually like living out and doing like the two things I love the most. You
Yeah.
know, barbering is something that, well, first off, like when I got out, kind of like, man, kind of hit depression almost because, you know, like, like being in leadership position for, so many years, hearing your name called all the time. So I instantly got out, didn't know what to do. So I went to school, and I went to school for like child development, and it was just like I was just going to school just to go to school, but it
Right.
was nothing that really ever caught my heart. And then just over the summer, I was just sitting here, man, just thinking like, man, what can I do? And I always had a knack for cutting hair, and like I'm a people's person. Like I love people, I love interacting with people, and if anybody know me, like I love to make people feel good. And so me and the wife got to talking, and she was like, "Man, I think you should go to barber school," because I kind of already had the layout, and I was always like the family barber. Like I really know what I was doing, but I kind of just had a good knack for it.
Right.
And I just recently went to school. I started school in I think August, and I graduated in March. It was a 6 month thing, 1,000 hours. So when I started prep, I was actually I was actually going to barber school. So this was a
Oh
tough
man.
because I was going to barber school in Austin. So I was in Austin about an hour 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
So I was leaving every morning. Well, I was working out. I'll do my cardio in the morning by like I get up 03:45. I do my cardio. I'll be on the road to Austin by like 06. because I had to be at class by 8 o'clock. So, and then I would drive. I would probably get out of class like 5 o'clock, get home by 1800, be back in the gym for my lifting. So that
Man,
became very draining towards the end, man.
I
Yeah.
hear that, dude. That's some dedication right there to go to school and start your prep at the same time.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this is your first show?
First show, yes, sir.
Oh man, you wouldn't. I swear, I thought you may have had like 2 or 3 under your belt.
Yeah. Now that was my first one, very first one, man, and it was just like everything came together. How the show got started, like I was talking to a friend and I saw the date, and like I was actually a little heavier. Like I always been around like for like a few years, like 260, and I
Right.
was more like a power lifter, and like like I just kept good size on me. Had a little fat too, but like I cut down to 230, and he saw me. He was just like, "Dude, you should do a show." And April 8th was my granddaddy's birthday, my grandpa, and like we were really really close. And so I was like, "Man, that's a show I want to do." Like when I started, I knew it was a show for me.
Man,
And
that's awesome.
but just so happened I was in barber school, so we
Yeah.
was like, and that was another hard part, was like the whole dieting part, because all my classmates was, man, you know, man, they were eating good.
I bet, man. You're
So
over here struggling, probably eating white fish and rice.
whitefish, chicken, just man, I was badly. It was rough.
So
It
who
was
was your
rough. So
coach? Was it Marcus?
no, Marcus was actually it was Mike Riley.
Okay.
Marcus was I think just working with him.
Okay.
I guess they was kind of like overseers with each other, whatever. But it was Mr. Mike Riley.
Oh, nice. Very nice, man. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I used to train over at the Fieldhouse Gym, so
Yeah,
I've probably seen you in there at some point.
yeah.
And
But see, Marcus was like, man, I look up, man, like I'm gonna say something,
all
like,
right.
uh, man, like like when you start this thing or whatever, and you got your macros and you lifting, like it's like when stuff is like like perfect, like you got a full belly, you got the energy, and I didn't understand when I first started prep, like because he's getting ready for a show,
Right.
and I didn't understand at first, like because he was no carbs, like at the beginning pushing
Yeah.
like a freak. Like I never seen nobody like he's the type of, he like that was my first look at what a bodybuilder supposed to be like.
Right.
And man, I learned a lot from him. I say that.
Yeah, man. And I used to see those guys in there all the time, going into the posing room or the ab room, and
Yeah.
always training
He got
together.
he got great mental strength, man. Like
Yeah, man.
he got great mental strength. I mean, and I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, did you get to meet Phil Heath while you were at the show?
Yes. So the first time I saw him, I didn't get a chance because I think he was talking to someone. So after after I went on, and for I think the overall, he was in the back, and I seen a couple guys that I was interacting with asking for a picture, and I'm like, oh man, like like there go my chance to finally get a picture, because my son wanted me to take one. My son is a big fan of Phil Heath, and which is crazy. And so, man, like I got a chance to meet him. It was cool.
That's awesome, man. I've been following Phil Heath since I got into bodybuilding in 2011, and
Right.
he was. I literally, I kid you not, I watched every single video of his, and that's how I learned how to work
Mhm.
out. Watching all his
Because
YouTube videos.
Phil Heath was a big person who I learned from, especially like doing deployments back in that time. Phil
Yeah,
Heath,
man.
Jay Cutler's, of course, Ronnie Coleman, but Phil
Yep.
Heath was the guy that I used to YouTube for shoulder workouts, because I love
Yeah,
his
that's
shoulders
what
and
I'm
arms.
saying, bro.
So yeah, so I was always a fan of Phil Heath. Like I love his shoulder workouts and his arm workouts.
Yeah, I
So
did
that's
too.
all they YouTube them. Yeah,
I'm telling you, brother. So,
yeah.
are you planning to stay men's physique, or do you plan on progressing into like classic or open?
Uh, man, just like right now, it's just like I don't know what I'm feeling. It's just, man, I'm just like I just man, that was like one of the best feelings I ever felt in my life.
Right.
And it's just like I've been like none. Stop talking with my wife, and I'm just man, like I'm ready for her to give me up, just to give me the go pass. I don't know what I want to do. I do I do know that like I want to probably do a couple more, or I mean possibly try to go pro in men's physique.
Right.
But I'm open to course growing size on my legs because I feel like that's all I would have to do, man. To man, like I would get into the open. I mean, like I like I'm all for challenges, you know, and man, I probably would honestly.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, because
Hmm.
I'm doing my first show in October. I'm going to do the Texas Cup up in Belton, so I'll be out there, and
Dude, I'm gonna have
I'm
to
going
be
to
there,
go for
man.
I'm going classic.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
man, and I'm going to go for classic. And I'm a small dude. I'm not big at all, so. We're gonna see how it turns out. I'm working as hard as I can. I've been training myself for 6 months, and I'm gonna get a coach for the prep and see how it goes. This bulk has been crazy. I've
Hey,
blown
so where
up
you
and
at
got
right now,
strong.
bro? Where you at? Where you stay at? Like where you work out at?
Oh, bro, I live down in Crockett, Texas. I work out at Muscles and Curves.
Now how far is that from me?
I think it's 3 hours. I used to make that drive all the time when I was dating my wife.
Dude, I'm gonna come out there and see you, man, because I would love to get a lift in with you, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro. Yeah, come on.
yeah,
Muscles and Curves is a good gym, bro.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah, if
muscle
you come
curves.
down here, I'll come up there and I'll train with you. Get when I get ready for that show,
Yeah, I mean, like, I got the contact now, but that's the site. So how you feel about your first show, man?
bro.
Like,
So the body dysmorphia is bad, bro. I'm over here. I'll look in the mirror one day and I'll be like, man. I'll tell my wife, I'm like, babe, I look big. I look good. And then she'll be like, yeah, you look great. And then the next day I'll come in there. I'm like, man, I'm fat. I'm disgusting. I look small. You know?
that's normal, bro.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you're gonna go through so many emotions,
Yeah,
man. I was doing the same thing. Like, you know, I be lying something now. It's just like, man, trust your instincts, and the set goal is just to get on the stage.
that's right. That's right.
Just get on this and just keep working towards your goal, bro. Like, man, like I promise you're gonna do well. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm
That'll
looking
be.
forward to it for sure, bro. And
I gotta
it's
come.
gonna be crazy. I've been trying to compete forever, and so I told my wife, I said I'm gonna do a show this year.
Hmm.
Well, I told her that last year, but then she got pregnant, and I said, I know that you're pregnant. I said, but I have to do the show, or else I'll never do it. So she recently had the baby 2 weeks ago, and
Hmm.
and now I'm finally back in the gym after 2 weeks. I'm pushing. I'm like, we're gonna get it. We're doing it. I'm dieting, and chicken and rice, chicken and potatoes.
Yeah,
I got some hunting friends that'll give me some deer meat. I'll throw deer meat in there, and
yeah,
I'll do whatever I
bro.
gotta do,
Do
bro.
it. Do it, man.
Yeah, man,
Do it.
I'm
You can do it.
doing
I
it.
promise you can. Like, it's man. Hey, I gotta support you, man. Belton, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, bro. I'll see you there then. Yeah, man.
That's
So, who is your favorite bodybuilder today? Like today's bodybuilders, like who's your favorite?
his name is Matt Greco.
Matt Grego.
Yes, he's he's up and coming.
Okay.
Uh, and he was real key to me preparing for this show. He was one like he's done a lot of blogging, just his meal preps, just I don't know, kind of like took inside his life. And man, I've been watching him like through this journey as I was going, just old videos of him going pro. He actually went pro in men's physique. Now he's in going pro for classic. So he
Nice.
switched over, yeah. And man, I just think he's hard, man. Like he got good genetics. I think he's a sleeper.
Yeah.
He's up and coming. He's gritty. It's just something about him. I like him, bro.
Oh man. Okay, so who's your favorite old school bodybuilder?
Oh man, Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman is the man, bro.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman. But But I have to give all respect to Arnold, man. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Arnold, and it's Ronnie, but it's like, man, both.
Yeah.
But Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie, bro. I remember I used to search on deployments. I would search up
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman videos. He'd be putting
Yeah.
that Sweet Baby Ray's all over his
Yeah.
chicken.
I mean, he's the stand-up of everybody. I remember at one point, if I heard people say, "Yeah, buddy," like everybody in the gym was saying that, man.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I'll tell you now, I'll pick up some 100 pounds for some rows,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, "Ain't nothing but peanut. Ain't nothing but
Yeah.
peanut." You know.
And see, that's what I was torn on too, because I want to do the Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
But man, the wife, we got a trip planned at the end of the month, and it's like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's understandable. And so, how do you feel about Derek Lunsford? Do you think that he's going to be a good up and coming? Because he got second at the O for Open.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think about him going from 212, winning the 212, and then just going straight into the Open?
Man, it's I don't know, bro. Like, that's competitive.
Yeah.
Like that's the competitive class, man. What do you think, Aaron Banks? I like him a lot. It's just I don't know. I'm kind of like a quiet, humble person.
Right. He's a little
And,
arrogant.
yeah, and it's like, you know, I want him to do well, but it's like I see people like Hendrickson, man, like that boy, he hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be careful who you poke. You know what I'm saying? Like who you fire up.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. You gotta be careful who you fire up, because you can motivate somebody, man, and you know.
That's right.
It could be trouble.
That's right, man. And so I watched a video on I think it was on the Menace podcast. And he and Jeremy Buendia like had it out almost. Like they were talking mad trash to each other because Jeremy plans on coming back with more size. And Aaron was like, "No, man, you're not doing it. You're basically a has-been. You know, this is how it's gonna be from now on, and you're just gonna be a nobody." And it was.
I tell you what, that's another physique that he should be careful with.
Yeah, man.
Jeremy was that boy got a nice physique, man. So
yeah,
that's why I just
and
feel
he's beefing up.
I feel like, man, sometimes when you're doing so well like Aaron, I think sometimes the best thing to do is just to be quiet and just continue to grind, continue to be number one. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta really say too much. You know, I went.
You said it all on stage.
Yeah, I don't like attention. I like attention, but I don't like attention. If that makes sense.
Right.
You know, but I mean, we all different.
That's right. And so, is this your first podcast that you've been on?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. First one.
I'm honored to be your first podcast.
Absolutely, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I've only been doing this for a few months, but we've had some people on. This is my first actual video podcast with somebody talking face to face, so it's going to be pretty awesome to do. But you know, I'm trying to land Flex Wheeler right now, so he told me to send him an email and give him a breakdown of what the plan is. So I'm like, all right, I got.
That's another old school cat I used to watch a lot, man.
Yeah, man.
That was a bad boy.
Yeah, dude. When he started following me, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
I used to watch him a lot. I was going to YouTube for his videos, man.
Yeah. He's got just like a pretty physique, or back in the day he had a pretty physique.
Yeah, man.
You know,
it's tough.
Oh man, and I think that bodybuilding is really shifting gears, and they're really going towards that more aesthetically pleasing versus just the big mass monsters. Like have mass, but you have to have shape. And like when Samson won, bro. I'm telling you, I had been saying Samson was gonna win for weeks, and I was like, I'm telling you, I kept posting in my story. I was like, Samson's gonna win. Samson's gonna win. And then it came for the lineup, and I called the top three. I was like, it's gonna be Samson first, Nick second, Andrew third, and I was like, told y'all.
Man, Nick be conditioned, man.
Yeah, man. But they weren't looking for conditioning. They weren't looking for that conditioning this year.
Yeah, he was conditioned. Yeah, but I think Samson did win though. He won that one.
Yeah.
Andrew, I think Andrew could have got second.
Yeah, I think he could have too. And when it comes Olympia time, Andrew's
Yeah.
gonna look sick.
I've been that's another kid I've been following for a long time.
Yeah, man.
I've been following him for a long time. Yeah. So he should
Yeah,
do
dude.
well.
Yeah. So is there anything that you want to shout out? You want to shout out your barbershop that you work at? Anything you want to plug in? Your Instagram handle that you want to tell to the people that are watching?
Oh man, I just want to shout out my wife, man. God, man, everybody who had their hand on me, man. Like I'm so grateful and thankful for anybody who gave me any type of guidance, direction. I had so many good people. Uh, of course, like in this type of things, man, like things don't always go how they supposed to go. It changes. I kind of did the best thing for me, man, and I had no regrets, man. But I'm just thankful, man, for just how everything went, and it was a blessing. Like I feel like it changed my life forever. Going through this gave me a different outlook on just a whole different mental approach. And I think I'm
Absolutely.
stronger and wiser from it. And I look forward, man, to continuing and man, just being a part of to the community.
Absolutely, man. That's some good words right there, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love this sport. I love everything that it stands for. I love everything that the people go through. Like I said, I've followed this sport since 2011, and to finally be able to step on stage and experience the same thing that you did and the camaraderie in this industry, is just top tier for me. And I appreciate you for taking the time and coming on here and talking about your win, talking about your life, and just talking about bodybuilding, bro. This is what this is all about. That's why it's called Life and Bodybuilding. That's why I love it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I appreciate it, brother, and I'll be sending you some texts, and we'll get together someday for a workout.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for the opportunity, bro. And I was man, thankful to be able to give back, bro.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
God bless.
Oh, can't stop me now.